In August last year, I was invited by the Museum of Modern Art to propose a new learning model to them. And through a lot of debates and failed proposals, we decided that I could organize a project that was about exchange, taking the format of a cafe. Hello.
Hello.
How about a little more than 1/8 of an inch then?
Okay, that is about an 8. Okay, let me do this.
Just because an economy collapses and there's less money circulating, it doesn't mean that there aren't still skills in the room. So maybe you don't have enough money to pay someone, but you still have skills and resources that can circulate. You just have to find other ways to do that.
For the past 18 years, though. I used to be in Queens,
Okay.
but I had smaller shop.
And do lots of people come and get scrap from you, or just me?
A lot.
Who
Believe
else
it or
does
not.
it?
So many people, they please me to save them. They use them for fireplaces and stuff.
Ah.
Or these artists like you work on it.
If you are going into debt for $200,000 to get an MFA, which is what happens at Columbia and Yale, you're learning that a debt burden is necessarily part of being a professional artist.
The seductive part of a project, which is honey, because honey is too good to be true in a way. It's like the sweetest part. And usually honey is like the most controversial part of any art project because of its sweetness. Like you kind of don't want the project to be too nice, so you fight the honey, but then again it attracts you. And it smells. The waxing fabrics makes the uniform smell, so it's kind of really attracts. I hope it would attract the crowd.
The cafe wait staff are educators, and they need some kind of uniform to signify that they have a special status as a kind of person who could be approached. I think of barter as the voluntary reciprocal exchange of goods and services. A lot of people think barter means haggling and self-interest, a kind of primitive capitalism. And that is a myth that has been written in economic textbooks for a long time. Barter for me is linked to mutual aid because you actually have to get to know someone in order to figure out what's fair. And the swap rarely happens on the spot. There's usually a delay, which involves trust.
If your natural impulse is to say, I'm really excited about my project, I would like to share that with the world, and this, maybe people don't, or maybe only a certain amount of people go to my own personal website, I can bring this into a forum where more people see it. But also by me doing that, it shows that how I'm connected to other projects. So maybe it will have me self-reflect on like who are my peers, who are my influences, and also show how other people are connected via my peers and my influences. And so we're hoping that what emerges is really your relationships with your community, and also broadening what your definition of what a community could be.
All the works here are collectively produced, or at least produced by 2 people, and you have the experience not alone, but with facilitators who are the waitstaff. So I thought it was a social format where people will be more open to conversation without necessarily thinking that it's art. Exchange Cafe is trying to make visible some of the non-monetary exchanges that artists and activists and people in general are engaged in. Some people call this the solidarity economy. It's about seeing the ways that a diversity of options, from sliding scale pricing to
community financing can connect together to represent a movement.
We are serving milk from farmers that support our campaign with the tea here at the Exchange Cafe and starting up conversations with people about what does it mean to exchange things. You know, a lot of people don't even think about what they have or want or desire because we're so used to just being able to commodify it with currency or what have you, so it seems like a perfect place to kind of get people thinking about those things.
So after this, if you want to have tea, you'll be asked to fill out resources. They ask what you reproduce, support, or create, and what you demand, desire, or request. The idea is that we're circulating information about the people who use the currency, imagining an economy where you could make demands of other people that you might not see directly, but who are participants in the economy. And it's a way to start thinking about other desires we have, other ways that we can make agreements with each other. They show that value can be produced in many ways, including on the street, between friends, in church or temple, between people who are retired or within families. It's not wage labor, but it is valuable, right?
There should be hiding spaces in the museum because the museum is so open it almost feels like you're being watched all the time. So these will be zines about prison abolition and about barter networks that are run by activists, reading materials written by artists in the show rather than historians or critics. A lot of the artists who make exchange-based work write about their work, so it'll be here.